Hello everyone, this is Atrocity, and Xisumavoid has posted a video on his water door. This is what it is. You can see it working in action. It's pretty nice and cool. Quite compact, almost one wide. Today I'm going to show you how to build one of these for yourself, so you can have one of these cool looking doors in your own world. For this tutorial, I will be splitting up this guide into three main parts. We will be going over how to place the door, how to place the different pistons, then we'll go about powering the side pistons, and then finally I'll be showing you how to power the top and the bottom ones, the bottom and the top ones. For this door, you will need the following things. You will need a block of your choice. I'm just using sandstone, redstone torches, redstone repeaters, redstone dust, glowstone, pistons, sticky pistons, water, and the pressure plate. I'm pretty sure this also works with lava, but the door will be slower. At the end of the video, I'll give a little demonstration on what the lava one will look like. The first thing we probably want to do is place our pistons. So first, we want a normal piston, and we're going to put that 2 blocks underground. So you break 2 blocks, and you have that in the bottom. This will be pretty much your frame, right there. Next, you want to place 3 pistons along the side. Same on the other side. So you should have a kind of U shape like so. Next, right on top of these 3 pistons, place another one so the water can be shut off at the end. Also, you probably want your pressure plates to open the door. You don't have to use pressure plates, but they are probably the best way to open the door and most easiest way. These pressure plates should be 2 blocks from this door rim right here. 1, 2, pressure plate, and the same on the other side. The first thing we want to do to power the pistons is power these 3 pistons on both sides. So what you want to do is, on the bottom piston, right next to it, you want to place 1 block there. And you can do that for both sides. First off, I'll be doing it on the right hand side, and you basically mirror that on the other side. Next, you want to get your redstone and place one right there. So we can see that redstone powers these 2 pistons. Next up, right underneath that, we want to place a redstone torch, just coming off like so we can see these being powered. From there, we want to be able to power this block by placing a redstone dust piece right there. And from there, we want to power that again by putting a repeater. Set this repeater to 3 ticks of delay. Now, powering this redstone dust, we want to power that from 2 ways. We are going to place a redstone torch right above that, so these all retract. Now, by this repeater, we want to place a block like so, and we want to be able to power it this way, coming into this and coming into the repeater. Now, this here is the monostable circuit, or pulse limiter, whatever you'd like to call it, whatever the proper term is. This will just shorten the pulse so that when we activate it, if we activate it now, it should just send a quick little pulse to it. What you can do from here is connect this to your input. So my input here is the pressure plate. So right now I'm just going to run a redstone line all the way over to this monostable circuit. So now what should happen is when we go over it, it should activate these 2. Now do the same on this other side, and we'll continue from there. Now that I've mirrored both circuits on both sides, now that we go over the pressure plate, they activate both sides of the pistons. But there's still one thing missing. This piston here is not getting fired out. So now to power this one, we want to place a glowstone right next to this redstone dust, next to the second one 2 blocks away. On top of that, we want to place another redstone. On top of this redstone, next to the 3rd piston we want to power, you want to place another glowstone dust. And from there, we place our final redstone piece to power this. So now, There we go. Now ignore this one getting powered right at the moment. When we can power the top and the bottom ones, there will be something different we do to it slightly. So now we need to do this on the other side. Awesome, we've got everything on both sides. Now let's test out and see what we've got so far. Cool, all these pistons should fire. If not, I suggest going back and fixing things up and making sure your repeaters are set, make sure everything's placed in their proper place before you continue on. Next up, we want to power these pistons down here. The thing that's different about these pistons is that when you go over the pressure plate, they should stay up, and then when you go over it again, they should retract. So what you want to do from here is we have this redstone torch that's going into this block, powering that piston. From there, right underneath it, we want to place a sticky piston facing inwards. Now I'm just going to break some of the sandstone here so we can have a better look at how it's going to work. So we want this redstone torch to be 2 blocks from this piston. 1, 2. Now underneath this block that's going to be pushed by the sticky piston, we're going to place another block and have a redstone torch right underneath it. So as you can see, the piston's going to fire, go on top of the redstone torch, and activate that piston. We want to also do that on the exact same opposite side. Now let's test and see what it looks like so far. So as you can see, these pistons stay up. Oh. And we go over it again. There we go. Okay, now for the final part, we want to power these 2 pistons at the top, so that when the water falls down, it can be blocked off by these top pistons. So to power these, we want to get our glowstone, and make sure to get that signal travel upwards more, like so. Now this is the part where you decide which side's going to be slightly bigger than the other. For this, I'm going to choose this side. So this side's going to be now too wide, and this one's going to be flat with the wall. From here, we want to place a block right next to that redstone and connect it like so. Now from there, we want to get a piston and place it. And now we want this to go over here. So the piston is going to be powered by this redstone, and it's going to go on top of redstone torch, which you place right underneath the block as if it was extended. Now, even though both sides aren't going to be exactly perfect, this one's going to have the extra piston, and this one's going to have the redstone torch. So this one, you're going to have to put the wall here, just at least covering that one, and on this side you can actually cover it a little bit better than on the other side. Okay, now back to the tutorial. When this is getting extended onto the redstone torch, we want to send that power through a repeater. Now that repeater is going to create a bud switch for this piston. So, and that repeater is going to go into this block, and on top of these 2 blocks here, we're going to place 2 redstone dust. Now we want to repeat that on the other side. And there we go, I've got it set on both sides, and now let's test out and see what happens. You can see these stay out, these come in, and these retract back. Now what I haven't done on this side is I haven't gotten the power to come from here also into there. So on the other side you can power the monostable circuit like we did before. Don't worry, even if this goes back into here, it's not going to really affect anything. And now for the final touches, we want to place down our water. We want to make a little holding chamber kind of thing right on top of the pistons so they can hold in the water. There we go. And now we can make our kind of doorway frame and block off any other things we don't really need to see. And there we go. After some decoration, it can look a lot nicer. And now it's always good to do one more final test. So make sure to test to see if your water door is working fine. If something isn't, I suggest going back to view the video again and see if you got anything wrong or placed anything wrong. But now let's see if this works with lava. Now if we go up here and the lava should work exactly the same as the water. As we can see, the lava falls down and it's basically a lava door. We can walk through it. The only problem with this is that the lava will take some time to fall down into the hole. So I hope you guys all enjoyed and found this useful. If you made a problem or it's not working for you, make sure to check back on the video that you might have done something wrong. If you found this useful or helpful and you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like if you did. Until then, I'll see you guys next time.